Hey all! Last week I had the privilege of attending what's called General Council. In the Christian Missionary Alliance, every 2 years, pastors and leaders from around the entire country gather. And it's a great time because it lasts for a full week. There's a lot of worship, which is wonderful, and teaching. You get to connect with people that you haven't seen for a while, maybe in years, and that's wonderful. They do business, and there was some significant business done this year that you might want to check out with regards to our statement of faith and a few other things. But the theme that they had for the General Council this year was expectancy. Living with expectancy that God is up to something and is going to do something. I must confess that for myself, I'm a little up and down when it comes to expectancy. When I go on vacation, I expect to have a good time. When I go to a nice restaurant, I expect to have a good meal. But too often, my expectancy isn't really expectancy. I might describe it more as wishful thinking or hopefulness. I hope that my kids and expect some way that they would turn out the way I wanted them to, but really it's just kind of hoping that that's going to happen. Sometimes if it's in relation to an event, I hope that the weather is good. But because of my expectations, because of my history, my expectations are tempered just a little bit. And I only expect a certain amount, so I don't want to be disappointed. Then if I'm truly honest, sometimes my expectation runs into the negative. I actually expect bad things to happen. Because my last 5 barbecues got rain, I actually expect there to be a problem when we have the next family barbecue. Because we've had issues with the car before, I expect that that's going to happen in the near future. And it can become a very negative and worrisome place to live. Now the problem is that it's very easy to bring this into our relationship with God. And often at best, we treat God as more of a wishful thinking. We kind of hope that he'll show up and do something, or that he might answer our prayers. But we wouldn't exactly call it expectancy. We might more say it's wishful thinking. We're not terribly disappointed when he doesn't, because we're not sure that he will, but we continue to wish that he might. The problem with that is that we go through life really not looking for God's hand at work. And then sometimes our relationship with God descends into the other, which is we actually expect him not to show up. In my life, I've had the privilege to pray over many, many people for healing, for miraculous healing. But it's not something that God chooses to do very often through me, and so I find myself often expecting that he won't. I wonder what might change in our daily lives if we went through our lives expecting for God to show up. Well, what do we mean by that? Expectancy is simply trusting that God will do what only God can do, that he will be active, and it's based on his character. We can live expectant lives because God has promised many things. He has said he will be with us. He has said he will walk along with us. He has said that he will provide, and he has proven it time and time again, either in our lives or the lives of someone else. To live an expectant life is to get up every day knowing that God will provide everything that we need, and not only that, but that he is up to something. And that if we just watch, if we prepare, if we look, if we are ready to engage, we will see God at work and be able to participate in it. There's something wonderful and amazing about living a life expectantly. Because let's be honest, what's the alternative? The alternative is to go through life wishfully thinking, expecting the worst, and all that does is lead us to a place of worry, of trying to control things, of trying to make sure that we're taken care of, that we do everything we have to make sure that we're in order, and it puts the focus squarely on us instead of on him. So we were challenged this last week at council, to live expectantly, to look around, to live life and wake up every day saying, okay, God, what are you going to do today? And how can I participate? I extend the same challenge to you, to live expectantly in the days ahead. Till next time.